Alright, so let's react to this Kendra G video.
Oh, hi, Kendra.
Have you been here
So,
before?
no, I've never been here before.
Okay. You ready? Let's get right here with you.
Thank you.
Now, what is your name?
My name is Ruth.
Ruth?
Mhm.
Ruth, where are you calling us from?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. How old are you?
26.
26. What you do for a living?
I'm in IT, so I'm currently a project manager, but I'm also transitioning to cybersecurity. And I'm also so I plan on also starting a cybersecurity company as well.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
No,
No kids. Ever been married?
no.
Okay. And what's your zodiac sign?
Scorpio.
Scorpio. Okay. So we got Ruth, Dallas, Texas, 26, Scorpio, no kids, IT, project manager, cybersecurity. All right, baby. What kind of man you looking for?
So I was born in Nigeria, so I'm Nigerian. So I do prefer, a Nigerian man. If not Nigerian, then a West African man at least. You have to be tall. I'm 5'7", so at least like 5'11". Um, a man that has a passport. A man with no children. Um, God-fearing man. A man that goes to church. Um, a man that has a good career, has a good pathway. I don't date DJs. I don't date promoters. I don't date truck drivers. Um, I don't. Yeah, and that's just about it for now so far.
This is the thing, right? I think women like this has messed up on their path, right? Truly the man that like let's say her state of mind, right? She's on the right path, career, shit like that. And has no kids, probably a man around her own age as well. You should have looked for that man in college. You should look for a man that maybe did IT, maybe did account, whatever, right? Because you could figure out the major, so you can figure out the career path of this guy, and you know that most likely he doesn't have a kid. He'll be around your own age, so you guys will build together. You could definitely, I mean, colleges is where people of so many different backgrounds, like different birthplaces, right, go to. So you could find Nigerian men in college because that's where it's the easiest, right? Now, her problem in my uh, thinking is that now that you are outside of the real world, it is so much harder. It's so much harder. Um, because again, most likely, if men have, let's say, made it, all right, on a good career path, they are becoming valuable men, right, do well in society and shit like that. Now they have a state of mind where they are the prize, which essentially they are, because they are desired, right? They are highly desired. Men that are on IT, right? Technology is very lucrative career path. So these men most likely, probably, I mean, high percent chance making six figures or more. Well, these men are highly desired. Okay, so I just think that you women like this will have hard time. Okay, because men that are in the prime of their life, and not just men that, let's say, her own age, right? They're in the prime of their life. They don't see you're just another woman for them to play with, essentially.
Did you have a bad experience with those professions?
No, it's just I I've heard stories, so I'm not one of those people that has to go through it to experience it. I learn from other people's experiences.
Okay. Now, would you want a Nigerian man? Would you date a Nigerian man in Nigeria, or should he be here?
If he's gonna be in Nigeria, he has to have a lot of money because I need him. Like, cause as a Nigerian woman, I understand the currency rate. Like, when you transfer Nigerian, naira to dollars. But I prefer a man that's here in the U.S. So
So, money, how much money do you want the man to make?
Well, because I'm making six figures in IT, I would prefer a man that's also making at least 100K.
I think it's so funny, right? Almost every single woman that's been on the Kendra G show makes six figures or above. And again, Kendra G show is a singles woman show. It's so amazing to me that these women who are a lot of times successful in career or at least successful making money, one thing they're not successful in, one thing they're suffering in is actually finding partners. And that's, again, that puts more credence to what I said before. How, honestly, I don't think she will have an easy time. What should have been, side by side to her thought pattern of like getting her degree was getting a man as well. Getting a man that she can build with that's equal footing around her own age. Because let's say this, right? A man that's in, like I said, right? Man that's in her own age, he's not looking to settle down because he's in the prime of his life. He's youth, and he's making six figures, right? And he's probably decent looking, right? Decently high, decently tall. Why would he want to settle down?
Bare minimum 100K. And if he's in Nigeria, you're open-minded if he's making that or more.
Yeah.
Okay. What about looks? Should he look a certain way?
Brown skin or dark skin, and just at least 5'11". That's about it. I prefer an Igbo man. I'm an Igbo girl, so I prefer an Igbo man. I don't mind Yoruba. Just don't do Hausa man or Fulani. I can't do those two.
You can't do what?
Okay. You can't be Hausa or Fulani. So those are tribes in Nigeria.
This is the thing, right? I think women are their own worst enemy. Their own worst enemy. I've already said, like, six-figure men, the percent of six-figure men, or, like, you gotta include, like, all these, like, she wants specific men from specific parts that their heritage is from specific parts of the region. I mean, it's like, are you a virgin, right? I mean, you must be a virgin because, like, I don't know how easy it is for you to find these men. Okay? For you to date. It's like, seriously?
But I'm okay with Yoruba.
I'm familiar with Yoruba.
Yeah. I'm okay with Yoruba or Igbo, because I'm an Igbo girl. And Edo as well. And Delta, I'm also okay with Delta.
Okay. So you only want a Nigerian man then? You're not open to a man that's not Nigerian?
No, I prefer a Nigerian man. That's like my number one. But if you're like Ghanaian, if you're from Cameroon, any part of West Africa, I'm okay with that.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam because we already did the money. So let's do the Kendra Cam.
Sorry.
Okay. How long have you been in Dallas for? You look good. You look good.
Thank you. I've been in Dallas for 3 years. I originally came from Philadelphia.
Okay. When was your last relationship, honey?
I've never been in a relationship.
Your whole life? You've never been in a relationship?
No, I've just been in situationships because if you're not I personally am one of those people, like, I could tell if you're my husband. And if you're not my husband, I'm not going to waste 2 years with you. For example, like, if I don't see myself actually, committing to you being the lead, because I'm very independent. So if I can't see myself following after you, then there's no point in even wasting my time,
So you're a virgin?
No, not a virgin. Like I said, I've been in situationships, but I'm not.
So she's giving her bodies to these men that she sees no. This is something I can never understand women, right? You are willingly to give your body to men you don't see a future with. And in some cases, you are fine with giving men children that you don't see a future with. But well, God forbid you marry these men, right? God forbid you, I don't know, be in a relationship with its men. But no, they view this is right. They view sex as so nothing special, right? Giving, like, they could give their body to men. It's like nothing, right? It's nothing special. Which sometimes, right? That's no wonder men don't view it as anything special. And two, giving children to men is nothing special as well. So really, men don't view it as anything special as well. Men, okay, they just they react, or how they are is just because of how women have set up, the dating market.
Okay. So I understand. Listen, I understand if you meet a guy, you know he's not your husband. But why does it make sense for you not to be? Well, I don't know. Do you want a committed relationship? Do you want a husband?
I do. I do.
Okay. So how do you explain that it's smarter to be in a situationship opposed to a relationship if you're gonna have sex?
It's not smart at all. It's stupid, actually. It's very stupid. And I regret it.
Okay.
I'm going to take that accountability.
Okay. 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 Listen, I received that. So now moving forward, are you desiring a relationship?
Yes, 100%. I mean, I've always desired a relationship. It's just, sometimes the man I want doesn't want me, or the man that doesn't want me, or the man that wants me, I don't want them. So it's.
That's exactly the way it works. I mean,
Yeah.
you listen. A lot of things I'm about to say, you kind of said it first. That's exactly what it is. This is why I don't like situationships, because in situationships, a lot of times, I mean, it can go both ways, but majority of the times, women catch feelings, right?
Yeah.
And then women want it to become a relationship. And the high probability is it won't become a relationship, right? And that's why, I mean, women hate when I say it, child. But that's why I say only have sex with people who are willing to be in relationships with you, so you can know what are your relationship options versus your situationship options. Because a lot of women are having sex with men who ain't never gonna make them their girlfriend, let alone their wife. So you should not even waste your time, get wrapped up into that cave of liking this guy who's never going to give you what you really want in the long run. So I believe in relationships and sex, or that's just my own personal belief. But y'all got to live your own life and decide for yourself. I will respect that. All right, Ruth. When was the last time you was intimate? You don't have to answer.
I'll keep that to myself.
I've said it before, right? Women that don't want to answer that, it's usually within the month to about maybe 6 months, right? Maybe even 4 months, right? Because let's say saying, oh, I just had sex last month or 2 months ago, especially with all the crap she just said, makes you look kind of bad, right? Makes you look sleazy or whatever, right? Now, if you said, oh, half a year, it's not that, it's pretty long, right? If you said a year ago, that's definitely pretty long. So they would definitely say it. But most likely she probably had sex not too long ago. Right? And now without all the crap she just said, well, you can see what this is, right? She, like, I always give like two things, right? When dating for women is easy. Monstrously easy. There will always be men that will want you, no matter what. Okay? No matter how you look, no matter how old you are, whatever. There will always be men that want you. So you gotta wonder why, if it's so easy, why are these women single? Right? Why are they single when it's so easy for them? Because if it was easy for men, men would not be single. But for women, it's so easy yet they're single. Why? One, because they are attracted to or they attract terrible men. And two, they're just hard to deal with. In this case, right now, just off the bat, it seems like she's attracted to terrible men. Or like, not terrible in just like any kind of thing, but it's like maybe terrible in the way that they don't want to commit to her, right? They don't see it worthwhile to commit to her in that kind of sense, right? Terrible can mean a wide range of things. Right, so.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on.
3 flaws, I'm very independent, so it's really hard for me to follow a man's lead. Another one is.
That's the thing, right? I don't know how straight from Africa men are, right? But that, in my opinion, right, for most men, that is an annoyance, right? Even if you are a leadership type of a leader type kind of man. Now, for you to try to change a woman's mind, try to, I don't know, get her in line, that is an annoyance because women will fight you on it. So this woman, she's like she said, right? She's very independent. Now, a man has to fight you on it. You're not naturally feminine. You're not naturally submissive or follower and shit like that. Now, a man has to dominate you. Has to, like, I don't know, change your personality. It's like you do not. That's what I said, right? A lot of women, especially Western women, you do not fit the provider type men. You do not fit the leadership type men because, again, what leader wants to be questioned? Okay, wants to battle people that they're leading. If you're questioning a person's leadership, there's a point where it just gets tiring. There's a point where it just gets annoying. It's chaotic. It's just like, okay, why am I even bothering?
I'm a shopaholic. Like, I love to shop. Another flaw is I'm kind of loud. As a Nigerian girl, I'm very loud. So I can be trying to have a conversation with you, but I'm just shouting and I don't even realize I'm shouting.
Okay, okay. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Um, I'm very driven. And I do want a man that goes to the gym because I like to go to the gym a lot. So you have to go to the gym. But a man will be lucky to be with me because, like I said, I'm very driven. I'm very smart. I'm an investor. I also trade currency and stock in the stock market. I'm just a planner. Like I said, I
So sometimes it's like, if you want, maybe maybe these men are different, right? But in my view, if you want a top percent man, what is you driven really adds value to? What it's like sometimes, like, I mean, again, men's not like saying that, oh, I want an idiot. No, but it's like that is not. It's a plus. It's a nice thing. Okay, it's great. It's great that you have a career, right? Great, you have a job. Awesome. But it doesn't make me lucky to be with you because, again, it's meaningless. Why do you think a lot of times men say cooking and cleaning, right? Because at least that benefits him. That gives him value. It gives you value in his eyes, right? It's something for him. He can. He can. What is it? What is the word? What is the word? He actually benefits from that. You being driven does what to a man that makes money, right? This is sometimes I can never understand women thinking that, okay, you want to date a man that makes more than you, usually, I mean, same as you, but usually more than you. So if you make money means what to the man? Because again, like I've said this plenty of times, women don't really spend money on men. So really, your money means what? All these women always say, I want a provider man. I want a man that makes money. I want a man, he's going to pay for dates, right? He's going to spoil me. So really, you having money means what to him? Men don't benefit from women's career, women's achievements, women's money. They don't benefit from it. So it's a nice talking piece, right? That you work in IT or that you're driven, you do stocks. It's great, right? It's great to talk about. You know, it's a great hobby or it's a great conversation piece. But again, it doesn't make a man lucky, right? Because those qualities or whatever, it don't benefit him. Being lucky, right? Let's say if I say, oh, what makes a woman lucky to be with you? I will provide for her, right? She won't have to work. If I say shit like that, right? Because it benefits her. That's why she's lucky, right? So a man that you trade stocks, you're driven. How does that make him lucky? Because that is really much just a benefit for you.
been so independent that I've gotten this far in life because I've just been able to plan ahead. And I can see, and I'm kind of like your third eye. So there's things you might not see, but I might see it on your, like, on the outside looking in. So I guess
Okay.
you could say that.
I got a paid question. I got a paid question. I'm gonna bring it here. Um, Q La Q said, "Ladies, we do this ladies, we do this everything night." I think they meant every night. There are not enough 100K men for everyone. Shout out to the SBC Nation. I don't know what the SBC Nation is. I'm not sure if I should know. Um,
Can I respond to that?
yeah, you can.
Yeah. So there's not enough. There's not a lot of 100K men in your world, but in my world, there's a lot of 100K men and women in my world. So the events I go to, men are pulling up in Rolls Royce, Porsches. I drive a Tesla. You know, $1 million home. So in my world, yes, there are 100K is actually the minimum. Like I said, I make 100K. So if I was able to make 100K by the age of 23, why is it the extra big age?
See, but that's the thing, right? If there's enough men in her world, why is she single? This is the thing. Well, women think that she's on something. She thinks that she's, spinning facts. Okay, if there is enough, why are you single? Why aren't you dating these men? Why aren't it's like it's like you don't understand the even the statement of it. If there is enough, why are there so many women that makes that money still single?
You can't make 100K. What were you doing at 40? You're 40 years old. What have you been doing all this time? You're 30 years old. What have you been doing? So like I said, I don't care. That's your world. For my world, we make 100K easily.
Okay. Listen, I respect that. My question to you is, why haven't you locked down one of those guys?
Oh, actually, I messed up. There's one guy that got away making 600K. I messed up. I didn't like him at that moment, but then I started liking him. But then he went and found someone else. So there's a lot of like, so is there situations like that, or the guy's too short, or his tribe, like the Nigerian, or it's like when I meet him, it starts off as friends, so it stays as friends. It just doesn't.
See, that's the thing, right? That's why she's not critically thinking. Yes, the man said 100K, right? Obviously, right? But again, it's not just that. If it's just money requirement, then yes, there will probably be plenty of men. But it's never just that. Women don't just have one standard, right? Oh, just meet one standard, right? Just be tall. That's it. Anything else is fine. You can be fat, ugly, whatever. No, that's not that. So that's why it's not. So yes, the question said, "Oh, there's not enough 100K men," but in reality, if you look, the deeper the question, right? There's just not enough men that meet your standards out there, right? Tall, 100K, good looking, black. Okay. Even maybe, and that's just a few things. Let's say morally sound, commitment minded, all this thing. There's not enough of those men. Okay?
Progress to that, so yeah. But I still have options.
Okay. Mr. Patrick, let me read this one. Mr. Patrick Spalding said, ask her why does she have two Instagrams? They both look like personal pages.
I have one Instagram.
Oh, maybe somebody has a fake page of yours.
Yeah, I have one Instagram. Oh, I think I know. I had like three Instagrams, but two of them were like hacked or they were, I forgot the password. But the one I actively use is the one that's linked here.
Okay. I want to say this to all women who are like you, Ruth, who are around the top 1% men, because the guy you just described is the 1% man that makes a certain amount of money, that's driving those cars. If this is your real world, ladies, lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in. You will have a higher probability. And this is my show, and I love my show. And yes, I really do have men that make that amount of money that watch my show all the time. But they also have a lot of times, and this is my world, they don't come on the show because they have so many options in the real world. So if you
Listen to that. Listen to what she just said. Again, why is this whole thing that men are the prize is such a big thing? I'm not calling myself a prize, right? I'm not. The men that women ask for are the prize. Men in general, I don't call that the prize, right? Men in general are not the prize, right? I'll be straight up with you, okay? I'm being critical. I'm not saying I'm the prize. I'm not saying men in general are the prize. I'm saying the men that women are always asking for, the majority of women asking for, those men are the prize. Like Kendra was saying, these men, why they're the prize is because they are highly desired. These men, most women are describing these men. Like Kendra said, these men have options. You're nothing special. Yes, you have options, but is it the same kind of options, right? Because it's different kind of mindset. So a woman, let's say a woman like her, right? Yes, do men that makes a lot of money want her? Yeah, but it's the same kind of option. Do they want you for a long-term commitment? It's a coin flip, right? A lot of times men will lie. They just want you for sex. Now for men, it's a little bit different because again, how women act is a little bit different. He has the options of long-term commitment and just one-night stands or sex or situationships. Okay? Because women absolutely desire long-term commitment more than men. Right? So, the options are different.
are like Ruth and you're telling us that your reality is surrounded by the 1% men on a regular basis, I encourage you to lock it in with somebody in your reality. Don't let that guy go by if that is your reality. If you're always around these men, start talking to them, start looking. If this is what y'all say y'all want, this is what you say you around. These are 1% men. I want you to know that.
And I do agree because, like I said, I made that mistake. So now that I'm 26, when I was 23, 24, 22, I was around these men, but I wasn't serious. I just wanted to keep exploring. So now that I'm 26, they're all either my friends already, so it's weird now. So I don't want to date any of them, if that makes sense. But when they
Okay.
weren't interested, I said no. So
Okay. Well, let's do it. Well, besides the room rules, if you are a man that makes
Her friends, right? That's the one thing, right? Men always say the men you want are in your friend zone. She friend zoned plenty of men that meets her standards, yet she doesn't want them anymore. It's like that is the delusion, right? Women think that these men are inexhaustible. That there's so many of these men out there. That's absolutely stupid. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think?